You've got sun-drenched fields, shadowy interiors, and a colour palette that feels like rust and regret. Some things you bury, some things bury you. Now that is a line for the ages. Damn, that shit is so profound. Alright guys, welcome to my channel. Today's film review is Into the Ashes. You killed her the minute you put that ring on her finger. A line from this film delivered with venom and regret. It's a gut punch that sets the emotional tone of grief, guilt, and the weight of choices. The weight of choices that we all have in life. This one is directed by Aaron Harvey. Into the Ashes is a moody crime thriller set in rural Alabama. It follows Nick Brenner, a man trying to escape his violent past and build a quiet life with his wife. But when old enemies resurface, vengeance becomes inevitable. The film positions itself as a modern Western noir, gritty, introspective, and steeped in moral ambiguity. It's not about flashy action or clever twists. It's about slow burning tension, emotional scars, and the cost of revenge. Pacing is deliberate, some say sluggish, and the film even opens quietly, slowly, unraveling Nick's past through muted conversations and lingering shots. Critics noted that the first 40 minutes feel like a long setup, but fans appreciated the atmospheric build-up. Now there are some decent moments throughout this film, including in the aftermath of a shootout. Now, instead of showing the violence, the film cuts to the eerie silence that follows, just somber solitude. Critics praise this moment for its restraint and its emotional weight. You don't get to choose what haunts you. Whoa, I love that line, and it's packed with depth and ensconced with real meaning. Now, other scenes include a confrontation in a diner where tensions simmer and words become weapons. It's a masterclass in quiet menace, and that's what's so good about this film. It does these moments really well, just that silence and solitude, that thinking time. Then we've got the sheriff's moral dilemma, and one where law and justice collide. It's subtle, but it's powerful, and again, kudos to the director for such intricate depictions such as these ones. Now for me, I have to give plaudits to the cinematography by John W. Rutland, where it is consistently praised. You've got sun-drenched fields, shadowy interiors, and a colour palette that feels like rust and regret. Now the quotes in the film, I've already mentioned a few, are just sublime. Some things you bury, some things bury you. Now that is a line for the ages. Damn, that shit is so profound. Now, did you know that the film was shot in Birmingham, Alabama in just a few weeks? It's quite remarkable, and Frank Grillo and James Badge Dale were originally considered for lead roles, but ended up in supporting parts. I was even surprised to hear that the budget on this film was actually really modest, and it came in at around $2 million. But the film's visual polish suggests that the budget was much more. But look here, this one was not all sunshine and roses, with some critics divided and some calling it plodding and predictable, noting that it never finds a fresh angle on familiar material. Others, though, praise its introspective tone, the strong performances, and the realistic portrayal of grief and brooding atmosphere. Then other more brutal critics included people saying this was agonizingly slow, and I do get what they mean, and also emotionally hollow, but I don't get that last one. You see, this is one of those films where the film attempts to explore themes of redemption, justice, and the cyclical nature of violence. But for me, its execution is uneven. The emotional beats land, but the narrative sometimes stalls. You see, you do get that sense that the film wants to be profound all the time, but it doesn't quite get there. You can see the effort though. It is right there, bursting at the seams. So in final verdict, this one has gorgeous cinematography and a haunting score with Frank Grillo's simmering intensity coupled with a few standout scenes that will linger long after you watch this film. It does make it a steady and a good watch, and when I was watching it I wasn't disappointed, which is always a good sign for me. But then, like I say, it is let down with the pacing that does test your patience with the equally thin character development. And then throwing all of this into the Smiles and Cries cauldron, this gets a final rating of 5 out of 10. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that review. Don't forget to join me for other reviews. I'll see you back in a bit. Cheers.